Okay, I think we're live. I think everything is actually working. If anyone's here, shoot me a message on the YouTube chat. And I am going to share this, I think. Let's see if I can figure out how to share the link in the Telegram. Cancel. All right, let me check. It does say that I'm live. And let me know if you can hear me. Says the audio's working, says the display is working. Hello, hello. Okay, it's got quite a bit of a delay, I guess. Live video. All right, guys, so we do have quite a bit of a delay, unfortunately. All right, so, and it takes up multiple screens of mine. So I'm going to try and adjust this so that I can run everything on at least 2 screens. I've got Telegram going. You're welcome to ask questions in Telegram. And I'm going to have my servers going as well. And I'll try and share the screens. I'm not sure what the best way is to... Oh, I already had that logged in. All right, so I'm going to run through the screens that I've got open. And I actually had, if you saw the picture, actually, I think I can pull that up. Yeah, let's pull it up on a different screen so that I can show it. All right, let's see if we go display, should be display 1, maybe. Nope, cancel. Sources, display, cancel, display, cancel. There we go. All right, so you can see on this screen, maybe, I've got pulled up my my trading station here, and I actually had to close down one screen just so that I can show the others. And I think I'm actually going to pull up the feed also and mute it so that I can, nope, that's not what I, whoops, need to show. Ha! My FTMO credentials. We may have to edit that one out later on. Let's see, yeah, so I just signed up for a new FTMO challenge. And bear with me because I am doing this. I don't know if that even popped up. I am doing this for the first time on a live to actually try and test it out. And I'm just going to mute that. And bear with me because I am... Okay, so we're running live. I think I've got everything pulled up. The stream looks good, although I'm not sure if I'm changing pictures or if I'm just streaming that one screen. That's the only thing I don't know. I tried to pull up some different ones, and it looks like I'm streaming the same thing on every screen. All right, so we're going to take a look. Right now I've got US 30 pulled up, and I had wanted, the reason I scheduled to do this at 8:15 was because I thought there might be some news. But first thing I do is I jump on here and I'll look at see what news is coming up, just because it does push the market. So we've got jobs, manufacturing, PMI. I'm not going to do news analysis. I'm just going to look at what's going on. And we're going to look at US 30. We're going to do a basic look on that. And let me just pull up. So this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average of US 30. I'm running a 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and 1 hour charts is mainly what I trade on when I trade the indices. And all the display on here is Kevin Grego's the safety trade system. So the reason I'm using that is I like it, and I actually just missed a big movement, but that's okay. I like it. It's a great one for beginners, and so I'm using it to try and show people how it works. And let's just look at what we have going on here. So on the 1 minute chart, we've got basically, let's just run through the indicators. So you've got some moving average indicators. He does not tell us what those are. And then we've got what he calls the Bach, named after his daughters and his wife and himself. Brianna, Olivia, Katie, and Kevin, I think. Don't quote me on that. But so basically what it looks like is the Bach is the same moving averages here, but pulled out of the chart, and it's basically showing you the crossovers of the slower and faster moving averages. And then we've got the blue line, which is basically a much larger moving average. Don't ask me what it is, because honestly, it's not going to matter, and he doesn't tell us what it is. So I am going to pull down Telegram. All right, so I've got Telegram opened, and I've got chats going on this. I did have to figure out how to move the display. I had to download QBS, so this is the first time. So what we've got going here is, what we're looking for is a safety trade. And then I've also got the sniper down here, which is just a breakdown of everything here into two lines, or really one line. So what we're looking for is we're looking for a logo. We're looking for it to go up, come down, go up. And if you'll notice in small patterns, the market moves in these patterns. It seems to always move in these patterns, other than when we have some news or something just drives it just one direction straight. But it builds into it. So what my goal is to trade. I actually signed up for a new FTMO account. See if I can pull that up. So I've got it on a server. I'll pull it onto this screen. So I've got a new FTMO account, and it looks like I tried to make multiple displays so I could share the different screens, and that doesn't seem to be working. But so I've got the new FTMO account going here. I did make one small trade. I was trading US 30, and I set it up for a specific lot size. And actually it's not. Let me check and see if I can change this. So this screen is larger than, let me just see if that changed anything. This screen is larger and wider than the normal display, so it's not pulling up my the far edge of that screen. Let me see if we can change that to a different. All right, guys, I apologize. Let's just try and get this so everyone can see what's going on. All right. I think everyone's left me except for one. I hope that's Tony. All right, let me go up here. Guess I'm just too boring to watch, that's fine. But I want to try and get this right. That's not what I want. I'm double dipping there. All right. I can see what you guys are seeing, so I can see if I'm doing this the right way. So that's when it drug over. Still showing the main screen. I guess I just need to change screens. Change my source screen to let's see here. Is that the one I want? That's not the one I want. All right. See if that works. All right, there we go. I think that's going to work. Give me a yes or a thumbs up on YouTube if you can now see my FTMO screen. And then that'll have to be my main screen that I drag everything onto, because I don't know how to show multiple screens on this yet. Give me time. And I seem to have lost my chat box too. All right, let's see here. Okay, so, there's my chat box. All right, I know we're on a delay, but so what we're looking at here, now that we've got this set up, I'm going to drag down US 30 into this box, into this display, and what we'll just have to do is we'll have to switch back and forth, but I want to be able to get in the best view that we can. So what we're looking at on any given indice is we're looking for a very specific pattern. We're looking for these momentum indicators down here, the bars. We're looking for all of them to be the same, and then we're looking for this volume indicator, or I'm not sure if that's a volume, MACD, squeeze mob, whatever it is, indicator. So we're looking for that to be different. And then we're looking for the Bach here to be the same as the momentum indicators. So in this case, if we're looking for a downward signal, it would be red, red, red. And you can, if I spread this out, you can see there's actually 3 there. So we're looking for a red, red, red. We're looking for the momentum indicator to have switched to green. And then also downward indicator red, red on the Bach. which would mean we're in a downward trend. But we're looking for it to arch back up and then come down. So we're looking for upward, downward, upward pullback, and then drop. And you can kind of see that on this chart here. It almost went to green on the 5-minute. So it came down, it arched up, which is what we're looking for, but it didn't quite. We wanted to get up into this space here and then down. But basically we're going to run the 1-minute and verify off the 5-minute, and then we're going to run the 15-minute and verify off the 1 hour. Now, honestly, we're looked at, like, if we look at this, I'm seeing the 1 hour here is looking like it's going to be a buy, although it just switched to a broken block down. But that doesn't mean it's not going to pull back up. So we're in an upward trend on the 1 hour. It's down right now, so we're looking for it to come back up to this area here. And this is why live trading really is boring. So let me pull in some of the other things that Kevin's system has that I really do like. So we've got the scanners. And what we've got on this is the index scanner. And it's got 1-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute. And, let's see, who's sending me messages on Telegram. Tell him I'm live. Quit messing with me on Telegram. So the scanner right here, 1-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, hour, 4-hour day. And all that does is pop up, and I've got that one, and I've got the Forex scanner set up. So what I'm looking at, like here, and this is off MT4 time, it just gives you the notifications on if it's a sell stop or a buy stop. And I ignore the 1-minute, but I have it set to tell me, really, I'm looking for the 15-minute on this. Let's see here. All right, put that back where it goes so I can find it later. So that is what we have going on. And now we're just looking for some movement. And what I'm seeing is I'm going to look at this, and the other thing we're going to do is I am going to try and trade market open on FTMO. My only problem is I took a test trade this morning, 1 lot size, and it was super low value. So my opinion is going to be that if on this FTMO challenge, that's not FTMO. That is my M Solutions account, which I may trade that. But let's find the FTMO one. Here we go, FTMO. So I traded 1 lot size this morning, and it moved. So I did a sell, and I entered at 37,599, 37,598. It literally is not leveraged. So $1 movement on Dow is $1 movement in profit, which I was really looking for leveraged to basically I was looking for better than that. So I think in the end, well, I wonder, these say cash. I wonder if there's, let me look over here and just see if there's another option. So you're not going to lose much, but you're just not going to gain much. So I think I'm going to have to trade either gold, which I've got set up, or I'm going to have to trade the Forex pairs in order to make money on this. Let's start with 1 lot size on gold. So let's pull up the gold chart and take a look at what we think is going to happen this morning with open. Just get everything centered. Okay, so right now we've had a pullback this whole morning, and we do have news coming up at 10. So we've had a pullback this morning. We are down in everything, and the hour is looking like it's also down. So based on this, I don't see an entry on anything on based on Kevin's system, which is what we're trying to work on. I want to see this arch up and then pull back down. So I do think open, it's been pulling down all morning. I do think open's going to push up, but there's no guarantee. And as we all know, or if you've watched it, this really does want to pull towards this longer moving average. That's just the way systems work. Obviously, if it keeps going down, the moving average will come down with it. They will eventually meet. But it really looks like since since this morning, it was up and then it's in a downward trend. And one of the things that I've seen Kevin mention, and I've seen other people mention, is when they push the market down all morning, then on the open, sometimes it spikes up. So we're going to test that this morning. We're going to be ready for that. And then let's pick out another pair. Let's just take a look. So I like Euro USD because it moves with the US movement. And let's see if we see anything here. So here's where we would have seen an attempt to swing up, and then really everything crossed and it's still pulling down on the 5 minute. This actually, so the Bach broke up. This would not have been a bad movement down. Here, I really like this 15-minute chart. So red, 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 green, red, red. Let's zoom in on the 15-minute chart and the 1 hour chart, and I'll see if we can show that a little bit better. Okay, so what did we have here? Was this the 15? Oh, no, that's the 1 minute. We want the 15-minute. Okay. So this 15-minute chart, starting about 2:30 this morning, this would have been, let me just, so you can see it here. So we've got the buildup. So we're looking at the sniper system down here is the blue line. We watch the blue line arch up against a flat blue line here. And then we see our safety trade system here. Red, 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 green, red, red. We watch it arch up above. So theoretically, me being the person in haste that I am, I probably would have entered here. And I may have gotten stop lossed here. But realistically, here's another good entry point as it arches up. I'm going to try and zoom in on this. I'm going to set my entry point somewhere between these two moving averages, the high and the low, right there. And then as it passes and breaks through that, I'm going to pick up a sell stop since this is a sell signal. And what you're going to see is you then see as this drops, you're going to see the blue line come back down. And the whole time we were on a flat blue line down here, which means it really never, it was in a downward trend here, and it never showed it's going to move back up. You see this come up a little bit and down, but I really like that signal, and unfortunately I was not awake at 2 a.m. So we're going to switch back to my main view. All right, I see we've got 4 people still watching. Guys, let me know, is this what you wanted to hear about? We're talking about the safety trade system, and we are going to try and trade the market open at 9:30. And let's just pull in US 30. I see some movement on US 30 that I like. So I'm seeing this on the 1 minute chart that I really do like. And what I'm seeing is this is coming down. It's going to arch up, hopefully. And what we do is we confirm it on the 5 minutes. So this, we're hoping this arches up back over here and then we're going to set a sell stop somewhere in between this lines here and here. If it doesn't arch up high enough, there just isn't any chance of entering that trade. But I do like the way that looks. And on the 5 minute, what we're kind of looking for is we want this to arch up as well. Hopefully, if you can look at my crosshairs here, somewhere above the moving averages here, I'd like to see it arch up. So on the 1 minute chart, I'd love to see it come up here and then pull back down. So what we do is we don't take a market trade. We actually take a trade in between this. We set a sell stop so that as it drops back down, it will sell. All right, let's see, Mufasa. Let's see, where are we at? Oh, yep, posting stuff in the Telegram about the Valerie trading stuff. Come on into the live, buddy. So, and actually, as we're watching this, it did arch up and pull back down, but it didn't arch up high enough for me to want to enter that trade. So, okay, we're looking at that. I think we're going to look at gold this morning. I think we're going to see some movement on that, and it's been pulling down. I'd love to see it pull back up on this chart. And once again, I don't know if we looked at this gold, but this was, once again, Euro USD. Now gold, we looked at the same thing. About 2:30 this morning, red, 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 green, red, red. It arched up, it came down, it arched up, and it broke back down. And had I been awake and entered that trade, I probably would have entered, let's just zoom in here. Oh, that's really close. I probably would have entered somewhere right around here, 2063, and I could have carried that all the way down because it never would have arched up again. Had I entered here, I might have exited. But if I enter here, I would, there's no, if I set my stop loss, and I'll show you when I do one how I set that, but it never would have triggered this stop loss, and it's just straight down, and I could have picked up, what is that, 262 to 235, 28 pips on that trade, $28, however you want to count it. So that would be, I guess, depending on where you look, a penny's a pip, so 2,200 pips. I call each $1. I can see where this could be very, very boring to run live streams of trading. Now I understand why people play music or Kevin sings. Like there's just, it's watching paint dry basically. And I apologize for that. But hopefully here we've got about 6 minutes to market open. Hopefully we'll see some action. I don't know if I will be able to show. I'll try and pull up both. I can't pull up both screens on this because I don't know how, but I'm going to try and show everything. Almada technology. Thanks, Mufasa. Mustafa. Sorry, Mufasa. I apologize. Thanks, Mustafa, for jumping in. And we've got another person watching, so let's make 6 of us. Hey, that's a record for my lives. I'll take it. Right now, once again, we've got gold pulled up. If you guys want me to take a look at any pairs, just shout it out or I actually throw it up. Shout. You can't talk. We're not on a Zoom. But throw it up on the text message or on the message on Telegram. Not on Telegram. Put it on YouTube because I've got that pulled up. I don't have everything pulled up because I've got trying to look at different screens. But if you guys want to take a look at one pair this morning, we can do that, and we can see what it looks like. And then as we get to the market open, I'm looking at US 30. Once again, it also kind of came down. Let's pull up US 30. It also came down and it's kind of stagnated and turning. I expect at market open it will go up. It's actually gone up at market open like every morning that I've been watching it. Unfortunately, I've been going into work at 6 a.m., so I have not been able to live trade. I meant to do this earlier, but my schedule's kind of keeps changing at work. So until I reach my financial goals and can leave work, I'm kind of here and have to do what they want. So it did bounce up a little bit here, and pull back. I do expect it at open to bounce up. I guess I should say I'm not a financial advisor. I am only doing this for me and to help. Hopefully you can learn how I'm doing it. And I am trading on a prop firm account, so I'm really not risking real money. It's all fake money. Take a drink of my coffee, and we've got 4 minutes to market open. So let's go back. I think we're going to try gold on market open. And I think we had a sharp pull down. And what I've noticed is gold to dollar, US 30, and Euro USD, they're all kind of tied to the same market. Now here's an interesting, okay, so here we go on Euro USD. Moving up. It's now up. So let's watch this. I think I really want this here to turn green. So we've got red, red, red. I want this to turn green and then red, red. And then it should, oh yeah, it's looking nice. On the 1 minute, I've been trying to wait and trade the 5 minute charts, but I like a sell stop and I put it here. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to open up my FTMO and I'm going to show you how I would do this. Euro USD. So I've got this chart already open. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to go to the 1 minute. So what you notice is what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a position. I'm going to look at this candle because the numbers don't always match. I'm going to look here. So I'm going to place it just below the bottom of the second candle. Not 6. We're going to start with 1. So I'm going to get prepped here below, somewhere down here, right? So it matches kind of the chart, not the numbers, because I'm looking at chart pictures. And that's kind of the safe. I really want it to arch up more, but I'm getting prepped just in case it drops. I've got my other tests running. And looks like, okay, trade, we are engaged. So I'm going to set my stop loss right there. Where that's the most current pivot point. So we came down, up. So if I had entered this trade, I set my stop loss there. How much is that? So $33 is what I'm risking on this trade. And I'm just setting it at the pivot point there. And then as it comes down, I will trail with it and try and lock in a little bit of profit. But I think we're 1 minute from market open. And let's just look at the chart. So 1 minute from market open, it's come down. I kind of do feel like it's going to go up, but the chart is telling me it's going to go down. I might have jumped in that a little bit early. Probably should have waited for this to turn green here. Right there. But we'll see how this works out. All right, we're into a little bit of profit. I'm going to go ahead and just lock that in here. Oh, shoot. It bounced right up and got me. That's okay. Oh, and there goes market open. And there goes Dow. Let me pull up Dow. Just like I said it was going to do. US 30. Every morning. And I'm not trading. Oh, come on, slow. I didn't open a trade because I was doing something else. Every morning. It's trailed down all night. Boom. Straight up this morning. So there's market open. We are on a delay, so you didn't see that, but you'll see it as it switches over. And I completely missed that trade because I was teaching. So it happens. But I did say it's trailed down all night. I expected it to pop up. What I'm looking for now, I think actually this is going to pop into a nice sell stop on US 30. Let's look at gold. Gold did not get the action that I was looking for this morning. It did pop up some, but not as high as I would like. Let's look at Euro USD. So Euro USD also arched up here that we were just looking at Euro USD, and it's coming down. Maybe let's look at dollar yen. Dollar yen seems to be on a rise. I don't see any entry point in that. Let's go back to US 30. All right. US 30 is back. So 1 minute is going to be a sell stop. If it drops down, I would say I would enter here. I'm not going to trade that on my FTMO account because the lot sizing just doesn't work for me on that. But I'll throw it up on a different account. Let me just pull that onto the screen. This is just a live Longhorn account. It's got $300 in it. I use it for testing different stuff. But I'm going to pull it, see, underneath here, which is basically right where that candle was. And I'm looking for it to reverse. If it doesn't, that's okay. We've got a 1 minute sell stop. We've got a good marker on the 5 minute. We've got red, 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 green, red, red. And we set our entry point below the moving averages. J Blow, pound franc. Let's jump into that. Let's look into the pound franc. All right, so on the 1 minute chart, we've got red, red, green, 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 green. So it's kind of in an upward trend. On the 5 minute chart, I still see an upward trend here. Green, 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 red, green, green. So we would look at something over here. I want to look at the 15 minute, 1 hour. I'd like to see, so it looks like an upward trend, but I'd like to see it pull back down below these moving averages, below that, and then come back up. And on the 1 hour, it's up. So I could look at the 4 hour 1 day. Let's look at the 4 hour 1 day chart. So on the 4 hour chart and 1 day chart, it is in a downward trend here. So long term, I'm looking for it to arch up here and then come back down. And the bonus of this system is, like, if it doesn't do that, if it arches up and keeps going up, the reason you set a sell stop versus a market trade, you're looking for it to reverse the pattern and come back the other way. But if you look at this long term, you had this 4 hour pattern here, beautiful 4 hour pattern here. Red, 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 green, red, red. I would enter somewhere in here. Let me just pull this down a little bit. I would enter a sell stop somewhere in here. Now it's on a 4 hour chart, you've got big movement. So I would set my stop loss somewhere up here, above the pivot point on this chart, and you would still be carrying that down. So that would be from from December 15th. If you had entered this, it's a long trade. You're going to carry swap fees, and let's see, what are you at? 103.24, 109. So 60 pip stop loss, but your potential profit on that, 103, you enter at 1.103, and you can carry it all the way down to 1.063, and you might have, depends on if you set a trailing. I manually trail that down. Oh, let me switch back to this. Don't let me forget about my trade. I closed that trade. Never mind. So don't let me forget about my trade that's open. I did do a Longhorn. Oh, see, there it goes. I set it on Longhorn, and I'm going to set, let's see if I do this. Boom. It's not a lot of money, but if you notice on Longhorn, a 0.1 trade is making me $7, where that same trade of one lot, and I'm just going to trail this down, lock in some profit, that one lot trade would have made me the same amount. All right, we're going to, there we go. I'm okay with that. Here are my trades this morning as I was playing around with this. It is a $300 account. We just made $7.23. This actually should have been a win, but I set the stop loss real tight, and it just came right back and closed out for a small loss. But, you know, on a $300 account, if we take $5, because I am playing with it, 5 divided by 300, that's 1.6% today. So I'm not going to complain about that. That's actually, you know, when it comes to percentage-wise, that's really good. So let's see. So Mustafa, yeah. I am using manual trading on the safety trade system. The question on there. And Joe Blow, did that answer your question as I jump back to the Pound Chef? I hope I answered your question. I got distracted, which happens sometimes. It's hard to trade and talk about other stuff at the same time. And let's just go back and look at this US 30 trade that we did make on the Longhorn account. So we made it off the 1 minute chart. It went up. I had red, 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 green, red, red. Sniper curled up against a 5 minute flat blue line. Confirming this, I entered the trade right about here, and then I trailed my stop loss down, and I took my profit. Yes, we're playing with small amounts of money. It's more about showing the system than it is about trying to make large amounts of money at one time. Obviously, if you want to make large amounts of money in this system on a 1 minute trade, 1 minute trades are not going to last forever. It's a 1 minute trade. Up, down, up, down, up, down. If you're looking for long-term trades, look at the 4-hour 1 day chart like we did over here. If you look at this 4-hour 1 day chart on US 30, we're still in an upward trend. I do like this. We're going to drop down here. And as we drop down on the 4-hour chart, we're going to come into here. This indicator is going to turn red, and we're going to have an entry point. I would say if it drops down 37,500 somewhere in there, then I'm going to look for it to reverse up and try and catch that upswing on a 4-hour chart. But those are long trades. So small lot sizes, lots of pips. That's my goal there. And I'm just going to take a deep breath and drink some of my coffee. It's 9:38. Guys, let me know if you are interested in me staying on for the 10 o'clock news. I don't know if there will be any action. Other than that, I'm probably going to jump off here. If you have it, ask questions, type them into YouTube, and let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to cover. All right, I'll stay on until the 10 o'clock news. Bill Sharp. Bill, did you find the YouTube? I'm just now checking Telegram. If not, I guess I could post a link up there. It's on the... I guess I should do that. My wife's making noise in the background. I'm on a live YouTube stream, dear, so don't say anything silly. She's not going to say anything at all. It's not. It's just got the video of the camera. It's okay. Or of the screen. Trader Texas. I'm taking that's Bill. Thank you very much, sir. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you'd like me to look at before the news? And actually, I don't know. One of the other things I can jump through. Let me see here. Thank you. Thank you, Mustafa. I am going to show one other thing. Well, for news, we've got the new, I'm testing the new news bot. Let me find that in my test server. I can't remember which test server I've got that in. So I'm also testing the premium button. That was my M Solutions account and my premium button. So as an expert advisor that trades news, it's very slow. There we go. So we'll see. I'll leave this one up in another window, and we'll just see if this trades the 10 o'clock news this morning, and we can show it. It's just an interesting thing for news trading. So I am doing this to talk about the safety trade system, but if you have other questions about EAs or want to know about that, I can actually show that while we're in the downtime. I do. This is mostly about just the manual trading, and I'm looking for something. I'm gonna scroll through here and look for a good trade. So I think maybe trade U.S. dollar franc on the news this morning. Well, I don't really love any of the setups here. If this dipped down a little bit more before the news, I could take a buy stop on the 1 minute. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's definitely a delay. I don't know if there's any way to solve the delay, unfortunately, Joe. I think that's just going to be a YouTube thing. Let's jump back. I see US 30s coming down again. See what we got going on with that. I guess had I not set my stop loss, I tend to set my stop losses too close and get tapped out. Had I stayed in it, I would be riding that down. Trading ICT, is that the candle theory? I don't know the ICT, Mustafa. I don't know what ICT means in that text. Are you talking about the interactive candle theory? I think is one of them. I kind of feel like I'm a radio host in the dead air and nobody wants dead air, so I've got to talk about something. I see why Kevin sings to himself poorly, by the way. No offense, Kevin. But I see why he trades, because music is not his calling. But we'll just keep this up, and we'll see what's going to happen here at 10 o'clock. Once again, I think it did exactly what I thought at 9 o'clock. It wants to go down. We're in a downward trend, but we pulled down all night. They pushed the market up. I do believe the market is manipulated by the big boys and big girls, but they pushed the market up and pulled it down, yanked it right back down, which gave us a chance to enter into this trade. And as it bounced back up, I got out of the trade. There's always the chance that it might do that again, so we'll wait. It looks to be pushing down more, probably in anticipation of the news, but we'll see. And I'm not seeing anything pop up on the scanners as to what is available. So once again, for those that are joining in late, this is on my chart. This is TradingView. This is a paid setup. The paid indicators from Kevin Grego's The Safety Trade System. I will throw a link in the notes if you're watching this later. I do have a stand store where you can buy this. It's the basic signals are $5.75, and that does not come with the blue line scanner. It just comes with basically the signal here, which is your, I think he calls it the BS indicator. Let me pull down the names. So your BS detector, and then the Safety Trade System core. So the BS detector shows the current movement of the market, and then the core is basically your moving averages in your BOC and your blue line up here. Could be down below, but that's basically what you get. $5.75 a year, definitely worth it. You don't need, I showed you the scanner rooms. I think they're $50 a month. I'll be honest, I paid for them. I like to test out systems. I don't use those as much as I thought because I'm not trading hundreds of symbols. I'm still, when I manually trade, I can only focus on one or two. And then the sniper, I think, is $150. I have to go back and look. It's either $150 or $200 a month. You don't need it. It's really nice. It shows you, it breaks all this down for you, and you can see it kind of confirms what you're seeing. But to start, you don't need it. So if you're looking at manual trading, there's lots of other options out there. The silver bullet strategy. I don't know that one, Mustafa. Sorry. There's lots of other systems out there. However, this is a good one for beginners, and I wanted to test it out. I actually was hoping that my nephew would watch some of these and get interested in it, but so far he hasn't bothered. Let's see. I'm gonna mess that name up. Admawi? Hopefully I said that right. So you've heard about bots that pass challenges for prop firms in one day. Are they legit? So if the prop firms allow HFTs, and most of those are going to be the 8-cap prop firms, and then so Prop Trade Tech is the firm behind, that's the software firm behind a lot of the 8-cap prop firms that are based on 8-cap. And I'll be honest, I don't love them. I've got an M Solutions account, which is a Prop Trade Tech, and I used the Royal Hedge HFT to pass it. It took about 10 days. I have another one that someone gave me, the HFT Secret, and I haven't had a chance to test that. So I don't know if it would work to pass it in one day. It's not going to work on FTMO. Why is it not going to work on FTMO? Well, FTMO does not specifically prohibit HFTs. What they do is they limit the amount of trades or orders you can send in one day. And what that means is, same with live accounts. Most live accounts and FTMO only authorize you to trade 2,000 orders a day. So basically what happens is those HFTs make 2,000 orders in about 10 minutes or less on the market open or on a news. So then it just flags your account. You can't use it. Do they work on 8-cap servers? Yes, they do work on 8-cap servers. Are they out there? Absolutely, they're out there. I've seen them work. People make them work all the time. So yes, you can pass them, but then you've got to deal with all the rules and regulations that come with a prop firm. I'm just going to show, we're jumping in. I'm waiting for this to arch a little bit higher. I've got US 30 on the 1 minute again. I'd like to see it come up above right here. So I'm looking at the 5 minute chart, and really I'd like to see it pop up above this yellow, or preferably above this red line here, which would put us somewhere over here. And then I'm going to look for another drop entry for it to come back down, another sell stop. We've got 8 minutes to the news, which we're going to stay on for the news and see if it gives us a pull up, and we can get into that. So Maui, I hope let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if that answers your question or not. I hope that does. All right, guys, do me a favor. We've got 8 or 9 viewers. At least give me a thumbs up. I only got 3 thumbs up. I should have at least half of you give me a thumbs up. I can accept that half of you hate my feed. It's okay if you don't like what I'm doing. But throw me a thumbs up on there if you would. Oh, I see. I'm learning new stuff from this control panel. All right, I got your name right. Thank you. Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. And yeah, thanks for the answer. What we'll do is we'll run, maybe not this morning, or I'll run a demo. I'll find a demo account, and we'll try that HFT secret. We can either do it live, or we can do a recorded session and see if we can run it on a market open maybe next week when the volume starts to flow back into the market. So that's kind of what we're looking at is the volume. They need volume, they need movement to work in Oman. Okay, great. I'm getting some international viewing. I love it. We need to get some volume for the HFTs to work. And this is not a great volume time in the market. It's just kind of low volume. The Valerie trading bots have been turned off I didn't know it. Looks like they had a 2-week holiday session. Now, some of the other stuff I've been testing did really well with the choppy market, up and down, low volume, up and down market. Did pretty decent, but that's it. And so, Mustafa, you're in Bahrain near Dubai. Great. I was thinking about trying to go out to Dubai for the Forex conference this year, but I decided last year it was in Florida, which is close to me. Well, not closer than Dubai. I don't know if I want to travel all the way to Dubai for it this year, but maybe
new
next
safety
year.
Trade alert.
Ooh.
New safety trade alert.
All right, we just got a new safety trade alert. Let me pull that onto the screen. So this is a scanner. So UK 100 pops up a sell stop on the 5 minute. I'm not trading the UK 100, so I'm going to ignore that one. But that is, if you heard it in the background, that's what it sounds like when you're running this and an alert pops up. Got me excited there for a second. Thought I was missing something.
New safety trade alert. New safety trade alert.
And it should say it 3 times, I think. 2 or 3 times, and then it goes away. All right, we've got 4 more minutes to this news. And let's see. We are
New
US
safety
news.
trade alert. New safety trade alert.
Let's look at US dollar, Swiss franc. See where we're at with this. Okay. Is it not going to load all of my symbols? No, that was slow. Okay, well. Let's do a risky trade.
New safety trade alert. New safety trade alert.
What I want to trade. That's the opposite of the safety trade system, the risky trade. I'm a gambler at heart, so that's my problem with live trading and why I don't do so much of it, is because I tend to take riskier trades than I should. I'm trying to get better at that. So 1 minute, this looks like it 1 minute, 15 minute. Let's see, up, down, down, up. Looking at this, I think this might be a good one, or maybe the yen. I'm looking for a good entry, something that shows me a good entry on this. Give this a chance to load. I'm liking this for the news. Okay, so we've got a decent spot where it should go up. We went up, we pulled back, we went up, we pulled back. We should be breaking up. We've got green, 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 red, green, green. And this is green. I'd like to see this pull down a little further, but on the sniper, on the 1 minute, we've got the blue line pulling down against a up blue line on the 5 minute, and the 15 minute and 1 hour are all up. So I think this is prepped to go up. So let's pull that up on FTMO. I like this for my safety trade one. Main FTMO. Let's get pound US in. We're at one lot. And we want to set it here. And it may plummet, but if it does, we won't lose anything if we don't get in on this trade. I'm going to say we set it right between, so looking back 3 minutes, just above that 3 minute candle. And we're going to run two independent ones, and I'll show you why. So right in there. So we're going to run two, slightly apart. If it pushes up, it may take both of them with it, which is okay. But the reason we're going to take two is when this news comes out in 1 minute, hopefully it's going to push up, because that's what the chart says it's supposed to do, and reverses. And then we're going to close one immediately for profit, and then we're going to set the stop loss and trail up and try and grab more profit. So hopefully we see this news and we see yen go up versus the dollar. Could be wrong. That's okay. Oop, wrong one. Okay, where are we at here? So here's our chart. See what the news says. We got 1 more minute. Here we go. Here's the news. Boom. Oh, that sucked. Pushed up and dropped down. And I can't even get, let's see, where's our pivot point? That should be our stop loss right there. Pivot point on the last, I didn't like that. You asked for a risky trade, Mustafa. We did a risky trade. I guess if this wasn't the prep time for FTMO, I wouldn't be allowed to trade the news anyway. So I probably should have been trading this on the others. And let's go look at what happened with US 30 while we're waiting for this to recover. US 30 spiked up. Again, news spiked up. Didn't have the chance to get in on that. I would have gotten in here and grab it coming back down. And let's see, US dollar yen. So basically what happened to us here is it did exactly what we thought it would. It went up, but because of the way they fill orders, right? They filled our order. We had it set to buy here, and it pushed it up above. Notice how we're above where we even were. And let me set this other stop loss just so I don't destroy myself. Always set the stop losses. And we kind of messed up on that. Let's see, we want to set the stop loss at 142.75. Nope, that didn't work. All right, we've got our stop losses set. I mean, it's not going to kill us if we lose $1,000 this morning on an FTMO account. That would be minus 388. That would be minus 400. So we might lose 700 if this keeps going down. I do think this is an upward trend. It should. There is a chance here to enter it back up, but this is what happens when you trade the news. So we'll let that play out. Was that Mustafa, was that risky enough for you? The push on the news and the way it entered really messed us up. If we'd have had it set, if it had entered where we had it here, if we'd have entered where it had it here, let's see, we were 3 candles right in here, and then take that up and close, we'd pick up, what, 9 pips? And we would have closed it for profit. So now we're just kind of waiting to see. We've set the stop loss way back. I would have preferred not sitting at this pivot point. I agree, it should go up. It was on an upward trend. It should go up. The news just triggered it a little bit. So that's why we don't trade the news. But I do enjoy trading, and this kind of lets me do it. All right, guys, it's 10:03. The news is passed. I do think, once again, let's just go look at US 30. Let's look at these indices. And I know not everyone loves to trade indices, but I think that would have been some good trading this morning. And I think now we're arching back up. And you've got your 1 minute blue line, is 1 minute sniper is going to arch back up as well, I think, and enter into another sell stop. So we can trade these 1 minute sell stops all morning. I'm not going to continue to trade. I'm going to set some take profits on that FTMO trade, and then I'm going to bounce out. So if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to close this down. I hope that was helpful for some people, talking about the safety trade system. And I will throw in on the comments a link to the Stand Store if you are interested, because I do make money off referrals. In my journey to financial freedom, one thing I'm showing people is how to make money on using YouTube, even if you're don't have 1,000 followers and can't monetize the channel. So guys, do me a favor, hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed, hit the like button, help those YouTube algorithms, and have a good day.